Welcome everyone to the Missouri Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. My name is Chelsea and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you, but you can use the Q&A button on your screen to type questions to the presenters at any time. This is one of many sessions happening over a few nights, so please be sure to check the schedule on the website for more information. This presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Missouri. Now I'd like to turn it over to our first presenter, and that's going to be Iowa State University.
Gotta unmute first. Hi, everybody. My name is Danielle Wyckoff. I'm a regional recruiter here for Iowa State University. I am based in Kansas City. We are so excited to have you all here tonight to learn a little bit more about all of our schools. So we're going to go ahead and get started with Iowa State. We are located
Looks like we may be having some technical difficulties there for Iowa State University. So while she gets her stuff back up and running, the University of Mississippi, are you ready to go? Do you want to do that? And then when she jumps back on, we'll just switch the two of you.
Okay, perfect.
Alrighty.
Thank you so much. I am Lucy Steese, and I am from the University of Mississippi. I went to Ole Miss in 2012, and I graduated with my undergraduate degree in elementary education. And then in 2017, I graduated with my degree in curriculum and instructions for my master's. And I want to tell you about how you can build your legacy at Ole Miss. We have about 17,000 undergraduate students. That means class sizes are on average around 36 students to a class. Less than 5% of our classes are 100 or more students. The great thing is we are the second smallest in the SEC, so you get the big football feel, but everywhere you go, you find someone you know, and I just love that. We come from 50 different states and 90 different countries. Missouri is actually the 6th state where most of our students come from. So we are located in Oxford, Mississippi, and we are about 5 hours from the St. Louis area. And the great thing about Oxford is it's pretty small. It is in a rural little town, but we are an hour south of Memphis. We are 5 hours from Atlanta, and we are 5 hours from New Orleans. Oxford revolves around the square, and that's about a mile from our campus. We have restaurants, we have entertainment, and great shops. And so we also have a great double-decker festival in the spring, and that's where we have art vendors line up the streets, and music, entertainment. It happens all day long. So it's a lot of fun. And we also have concerts in our Grove and in our pavilion. That's our basketball stadium on campus. We also have an art museum and a performing arts center where Broadway plays come. We have over 400 different organizations for you to be involved in. And my favorite thing was that I found something that I enjoyed. I was involved in Teachers of Tomorrow and Rebelthon, our 24-hour dance marathon. Greek life is definitely prevalent on our campus. 40% of our students are in Greek life. We also have intramural sports clubs, club sports as well. On campus, you can get around by a bus and it'll take you all over town as well. But you can, as a freshman, you can bring down your car, which I love doing. We have lots of different dining experiences for you. We have like the regular dining hall, but then we also have Chick-fil-A, Cane's, Steak and Shake, McAllister's, all kinds of different options for you. We have 2 rec centers on our campus. One is brand new. That has the rock climbing wall. We have intramural fields that now are turf. And we have another rec center that has a swimming pool. We have 2 different types of residential halls. One is our contemporary halls where the bathroom is in the room. And then our traditional halls is where the bathroom is out in the hallway. We don't really have joined rooms or that type of option. In most dorm rooms, there's only 2 residents in each room. Schools and colleges. I'm not going to go over every different type of school that we have in college, but the great thing is we have 120 different programs. So you can find something that you enjoy on our campus. The liberal arts alone has 50 different minors. And so our School of Accountancy is number 8 in the country. Our School of Pharmacy is in the top 25. And our Business Administration is in number 5 in the top 5% in the country. Our pre-med and our pre-health program, advising program, is number 3 in the country. And we had 2 students that actually scored perfect on their MCAT this past year. Different programs that we have are the Arabic and Chinese flagship programs. That's where you are going to fluently speak that language and study abroad at least 3 semesters. With our Croft Institute for International Studies, also a great study abroad program. But that's going to be, if you want to go into global health or global business, that's a wonderful program for you to check out. Our Mississippi Excellence in Teaching program is that will, your schooling will be paid for all 5 years, or 4 years, sorry, but as long as you commit to teaching 5 years in the state of Mississippi at any public school. We have a great honors college, and that they have smaller class sizes. Average class size is between 15 and 20 students. We have the Center for Intelligence and Security Studies, and that's where the FBI, CIA, they're recruiting from that program to come work for them. And the Center for Manufacturing Excellence, we actually have a manufacturing floor in our School of Engineering. And not only do you learn the engineering side, but you learn the business and accounting side. So the cost of attendance for non-residents is about $37,000. Most students that are out of state receive our academic merit scholarships. We are test optional to be admitted into Ole Miss, but we do require test scores for scholarship purposes. So we start at 25 ACT, a 1200 SAT, and a 3.0 GPA. And we super score and we take your test all the way till your first day of school. So you can apply on our website or on the Common App and send in your transcripts. Come visit us. We are only 5 hours south of St. Louis, and I would love to see you. And here is a little more of my information. We also have a visit day this Saturday, but it's a little last minute for that. Thank you so much, and I'll leave it up to you, Chelsea.
Thank you. All righty. Iowa State University, are you back on? Is everything working okay for you?
I think so. I think my Wi-Fi crashed in the middle. I'm so sorry. Do you want me to go ahead and continue?
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Again, my name is Danielle. I'm based here in Kansas City, regional recruiter for Iowa State University. So we are located in Ames, Iowa. That's going to be about 30 minutes from Des Moines, 3.5 hours from Kansas City, and a little under 6 hours from St. Louis. So we have 6 different academic colleges here at Iowa State. Our most popular is our College of Engineering, and then our College of Agriculture and Life Sciences. Our most popular major within the College of Engineering is going to be our mechanical engineering program, but we also have programs like aerospace engineering as well. We are rated for one of the top 5 design programs as well, and that's going to fall under our College of Human Sciences. We have about 100 different majors here at Iowa State, so lots of opportunity to choose from. Many of our students do come in as undecided. So for each of our college, we have a very specific undecided path for each college. So if you know that you want to be in business and you join the Ivy College of Business, we have an undecided major if you're not sure if you want to go management route or marketing route. And it's a great way to kind of understand all the different classes that you would be taking and what path is going to be best for you. So with getting involved here at Iowa State, we have about 900 different clubs and organizations. Many of our students do study abroad, so we go to all 7 continents as well. Things with getting involved, I always recommend to any students that I talk to is to try something new, but also try something that you've always loved. And I am positive that we'll have that organization here at Iowa State, but if not, that's always something that you can create as well. We have intramurals. We are a Division I, Big 12 athletic program school, and we are one of the top tier research institutions as well. So it's looking at admissions core requirements. Here at Iowa State, we are requiring that you have 4 years of English, 3 years of science, 3 years of math, and 2 years of social studies. If you are looking at the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences specifically, will require 3 years of social studies and 2 years of a foreign language consecutively. And then College of Engineering is requiring 2 years of a foreign language as well. For our admissions requirements or looking at your RAI, here at Iowa State, we do have the RAI formula. So if you did this formula with your ACT or SAT score, your high school GPA, and the number of high school core courses you've taken, calculate that all together. If you have a RAI of a 245 or higher, you're automatically admitted into Iowa State and all of our academic. For our seniors, we are test optional. So if you're looking to come to Iowa State in the fall of 2022, you are not required to take your ACT or SAT. For our juniors and below, our Board of Regents here in Iowa for our 3 state schools has not yet decided if we're going to be test optional for fall of 23. So that's still up in the air, but more information to come on that. That will be sent to you all. The application process, super simple. You can apply online. It's a $40 application fee. We are on the Common App, so if you apply through there, that is completely fine. For any juniors, we do have a program called the Cyclone Advantage Planning Program, or CAP. If you're looking to start your admissions process early, that's something that you can apply for. It does not guarantee or make you come to Iowa State or say like you have to come now that you're a part of this program. Gives you more information on the process at Iowa State with admissions, early application, early access to a lot of different things. So something to definitely check out. For scholarships, we do have admissions merit-based scholarships for our students. These are automatic. So after you apply, if your test scores match these on the sheet, then these are automatic. There's no extra steps for any students at all. So if you're looking at the Adventure Award, and you have a 3.8 GPA and a 24.5 core course count, you're automatically going to get that $11,000 for 4 years. And if you do take your ACT or SAT, you're going to be looking at that GPA and then the ACT SAT calculation on the other side of the screen. These are stackable. So if you get the Adventure Award, then you can also be qualified for the Expedition Award. And then the Generations Award, if you have a parent, grandparent, or great-grandparent that has graduated from Iowa State, that is a additional $1,500 for the next 4 years. This is my contact information here. If you guys have any questions, feel free to take a photo. You can email me, give me a call, or set up a one-on-one online, and I will drop my information in the chat as well. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Alrighty, the University of Kansas is next.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Morgan States. I'm an admissions rep for the University of Kansas. I specifically work with students in the Kansas City, Missouri area, as well as other parts of Missouri outside of St. Louis, and Iowa students as well. I'm just going to jump right in so we can kind of talk a little bit more. So who are Jayhawks? So on paper, we have about 19,000 undergraduate students, which kind of puts us right in the middle of being a mid-sized institution. And our out-of-state student population is about 40%. So you kind of can get that non-high school 2.0 feel when you come to KU, because you're definitely going to meet people from all across the country. I know for myself, my college best friend ended up being from Alaska. So a lot of opportunities to meet lots of other students that are both from in-state and out-of-state. About 24% of our students identify as students of color. KU is continuing to see those diversity numbers increase as we're wanting to promote a more diverse population of students as a way to kind of teach students that there are different people in the world and kind of expose them to different avenues in life as well. And then just some information kind of about our average ACT and GPA score that students come in with. This just kind of proves that students come to KU as high achieving and they know that they can come here and kind of be pushed to excel even further. So there are three things that we really like to point out when it comes to kind of differentiating KU amongst other universities. And that first being that we are part of the AAU, the Association of American Universities. What this means is there's a big pot of money for research funding, and about 60% of that pot goes to universities in the AAU, and there are about 60 to 65 universities in the AAU. They get to split 60% of that research funding, and the other 40% of universities kind of have the rest of that research funding. What that means for KU and all of our undergraduate students is that they have access to high-class professionals and professors that are in the industry, currently working in a lot of fields of study, doing their own personal research and kind of bringing that experience into the classroom. And students really have the opportunity to get access to that experiential learning firsthand. This also warrants a lot of money and opportunity for students to do study abroad opportunity, which is about 30% of our undergraduate students participate in a study abroad during their time at KU. The second thing is the city of Lawrence, where we're located. So if you're looking in the KC-Mo area, we're about 45 minutes to an hour from KC-Mo. What's really great about the city of Lawrence is that there's so much to do on campus, as well as in Lawrence. They kind of grew up together. So the Lawrence population definitely welcomes our KU students. Live music is really popular. If you're into nature, there's hundreds of miles of hiking and biking trails and lots of ways for you to kind of find your way in Lawrence, in the Lawrence community as well. What's also great about our location is that we're very central to two metropolitan cities. So like I said, about 40 minutes to an hour from Kansas City and Topeka, and this great warrants students to have a lot of opportunities for internships. And many of our majors are now requiring students to take advantage of those internship opportunities during their undergraduate career, so they don't fall into that the pitfalls of we want 2 years of experience, even though you've been in school for the past 4 years. Most students come out with 1 to 2 internships during their undergraduate career, so they can have that experience to reference as they're looking for jobs after graduation. The third thing is the Jayhawk identity. This is the thing that's most near and dear to all of our Jayhawks, and it's that this is the only place that you can be a Jayhawk. It's great to know that there is a community of Jayhawks that love helping other Jayhawks in terms of mentor and mentee relationships, all the clubs and organizations that you can get involved with on campus. Whatever you can think of, there is an option for you to do at KU. So a little bit about our freshman admissions. We are test optional. So I like to say that these are our assured admissions. If you know you have these requirements, you know for sure that you'd be admitted to KU, but we do accept outside of this band as well. We look for a 3.25 GPA with no test score being submitted or regardless of test score. But if you would like to submit a test score, we look for a 21 on the ACT. And then for our out-of-state students, we do have a new GPA-based scholarship grid. So this is a lot more straightforward for our students and offers a lot more money to more students. And whatever GPA you have, that is a scholarship amount that it'll align with. And for any seniors, that qualifies for you if you apply to KU before December 1st. So no extra steps, just applying to KU makes you eligible for any of our merit-based scholarships. And then for our housing, it's not required for freshmen to live on campus their first year, but we do highly recommend it. It's a great way to kind of get acclimated to Lawrence campus and just kind of understanding the lay of the land. So we do have 12 scholarship halls, and that scholarship is that it's a reduced housing rate. Students complete 2 to 3 hours of chores, which is a way to kind of reduce that. But we also have on-campus apartments that freshmen can live in as well. We are open to in-person visits, so we do encourage all families to come visit us. That's kind of the best way to kind of understand what it means to be a Jayhawk and get more information from different academic departments as well as about KU itself. So if you have any questions, there's my contact information. I'll definitely drop that in the chat and happy to answer anything else. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks so much. All right. Next up, we have University of Minnesota Twin Cities.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I guess I can take a moment to share my screen here. My name is Allie Osterheis. I use the pronouns she, her, hers, and I am the Kansas, Missouri admissions counselor for the University of Minnesota Twin Cities. Excited to share a little bit about not only the Twin Cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul, but also our wonderful Big Ten campus that we have right in the heart of our urban area. Little bit extra background about me as well. I am a proud 2018 graduate of the University of Minnesota, originally from Wisconsin. So I have the out-of-state student perspective, but not from too far out of state. I still was up in the Midwest and still had that Midwestern hospitality up in the Twin Cities. For reference as well, we're about 8 hours north of St. Louis and about 6 hours north of Kansas City by car. If you want to fly, I will say the direct flight is quite short and enjoyable. It's about an hour coming from either Kansas City or St. Louis. So we are very accessible to both metro areas in the Kansas and Missouri region. When you're looking at this picture here, a couple things I want to point out. Number one, we are a very traditional looking college campus in the heart of Minneapolis and St. Paul. So what you're looking at here is a lot of green space. Our campus is very self-contained. So when you're on campus, you are there for the college experience. And we do have a, college town kind of experience in the neighborhood surrounding campus, but you can hop on the light rail train, which is the blue and yellow train you see in the right side of this picture. You hop on that. We have 3 stops on our campus. You get to downtown Minneapolis. You can get to the Viking Stadium in about 7 to 10 minutes. If you hop on in the other direction, a ride about 25 minutes, you'll get to downtown St. Paul, which is also the home of our state capitol. If you like shopping, Mall of America is about 30 minutes away via light rail train, and so is the MSP International Airport. So I think we have a really incredibly unique location, and you would be very hard pressed to find many other large public research universities that have a location quite like ours. Speaking about large public research university, we are up there in terms of numbers. We have about 53,000 students overall, about 31,000 undergraduate students. So I'm going to go briefly over a couple of elements you're likely considering in your college search. One is academics. Obviously, you want a university that has the programs you're interested in studying. I describe our academic opportunities as having both breadth as well as depth. So breadth-wise, we have 150 majors, 135 minors, and about 200 graduate and professional programs as well. We are the flagship university of the state of Minnesota. So if you're interested in medical school, law school, dentistry, pharmacy, veterinary sciences, we've got you covered. It's all on our campus in the Twin Cities. We have a very impressive student to faculty ratio as well, considering our size. And we also have that depth in the academic experience. So we do admit students directly to one of our 8 freshman admitting colleges. Highly recommend checking out each of these colleges because each is different and has its own culture, its own required first year experience that's really dedicated to bringing and building a sense of community among the students and faculty. And each one of these colleges has a dedicated career advising office as well as academic advising office. So whatever it is you are studying, you have a way to shrink the university from the second that you land on campus as a student because you are a part of a specific college as well as the broader University of Minnesota. Opportunities beyond the classroom, the big keyword is big. We're a big campus, we have a lot going on. Last time I checked, we have 923 student groups, and we have a really cool database called GopherLink, where you can search student groups via keyword or interest area and see all the student groups that are meeting on any given day on campus. We're also one of the largest learning abroad schools in the country. We've got 180 programs in almost 60 countries right now. And then for housing, it's never required to live on campus, but about 90% of our incoming freshmen will choose to live on campus. And as long as you apply for housing by the deadline, which is May 1st, you are guaranteed a place to live on campus. Our housing application, for those of you in the crowd who are seniors in high school, it opens on November 1st. So you're more than welcome to fill that out. You're not required to be a confirmed student to apply for housing, and definitely reach out to me if you have any questions about that too. Like I mentioned, we're in the Big Ten. We have a lot of pride and spirit. We really like sports. If you walk around our campus, you'll see a ton of maroon and gold. The really big thing for me is, yes, we love football and we love hockey. We're in the state of hockey, but there are lots of different ways to be proud about being a Gopher, whether it's our research tradition, our academic reputation, the difference we make in the communities surrounding our campus. So our campus has a diverse student body, and there's so many different ways to draw that pride and spirit for yourself and forge your own path at the University of Minnesota as well. I mentioned the location. Personally, it was one of the biggest factors for me when choosing the University of Minnesota. I've absolutely fallen in love with the Twin Cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul. We have some of the best ranked parks in the United States, lots of green space, lots of lakes. We are the land of 10,000 lakes up in Minnesota, and a lot of ways to get around on a bike. We're a super, super bike friendly metro area. So if you are outdoorsy, but also want the city experience, this is going to be a place for you. Talking briefly about the admissions application. I know I want to be respectful of time here. We have one application that puts you into consideration automatically for admission to one of those colleges, as well as scholarships and our honors program. We have 3 deadlines, one coming up on November 1st, as well as December 1st and January 1st. If you have any questions about scholarships and the application process, please do reach out to me because I am super excited to be your resource through this whole process. Thank you so much for your attention here tonight. Hope this was helpful, and I'll pass it off to Chelsea.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Next up, we have Missouri State University.
Is that sharing okay? Awesome. Awesome. So good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for joining our session. My name is Emma, and I am one of the admission counselors at Missouri State, and I think we're ready to jump in. So Missouri State is home of the Bears. We are a large public university located in Springfield, which is in the heart of Southwest Missouri. Springfield is the 3rd largest city in Missouri. It's about a 3.5-hour drive from STL and possibly a 2.5-hour drive from Kansas City.
Our campus is home to 16,000 undergraduate students and more than 20,000 total students. That represents our graduate and undergraduate population as well. We have 49 states that we represent and 74 different countries that we represent as well. But really, MSU is the perfect mix of big school feel and small school community, because you'll always have new people to meet and it really won't get super stale. But at the same time, you just don't get lost or overwhelmed on campus because of how compact our campus is. Our average class is 22 students, and you may have class with fewer than 10 students as well. But as far as campus itself goes, it's about a 10-minute walk from corner to corner. And there are a few exceptions for our health profession students. There is a little bit on the corner of our campus. You might find those buildings. And then for our fine arts students, there is a facility downtown called Brick City, which is really, really cool. From an academic standpoint, MSU does offer something for everyone. We have 7 different academic colleges and more than 170 different academic programs and pathways. Our largest programs include psychology, nursing, marketing, education, and we also have some unique programs such as musical theater, dance, electronic arts, and fashion design and merchandising. We also offer 65 different certificate programs to sharpen your skills in specific areas, such as video production and web entrepreneurship. Those are some unique ones that we have. But no matter what, you can really make your academic experience your own through different internships, practicums, shadowing, study away programs, and such. But while academics is job one for sure, the college experience is about people. It's about friendships, experiences, and memories. You will have the luxury of choosing between 8 different residence halls in a variety of room styles. And you can preference living in a living learning community, which allows you to connect with students who are possibly in your same major or in your same area of interest. We have 375 different student organizations, which includes fraternity and sorority life, community service, faith-based organizations, special interests. We also offer 17 different NCAA Division I athletic teams. And this is going to be something fun where you can meet new people and still support the Bears too. We have very vibrant campus traditions. We do not shy away from celebrating anything. So some examples are Bear Bash and Fountain Day, which both have free food and free shirts and all the fun free stuff associated with it. But you'll certainly be able to find your passion and interest while making new friends along the way. Another thing to keep in mind is that you'll have the benefit of going to college in Missouri's 3rd largest city, with the restaurants, hangouts, sports, and entertainment that come along with it. But being in the heart of the Ozarks means that you'll have access to a lot of outdoor activities too, like hiking, boating, biking, and more. Fun thing is, like, the Ozarks, Table Rock, and the Ozark Mountains of northern Arkansas are really popular day trips and weekend trips for students. That's really short drive away. So that is certainly something fun to do with friends that you make. At Missouri State, we are very proud to offer you a tremendous education at a really low cost. So we consider ourselves a very valuable university. In fact, we are among the lowest tuition costs in the Midwest, and 40% of our students will graduate without any loan debt. And that is something you will certainly thank yourself for later. In addition, Missouri State offers really generous merit-based scholarships for incoming freshmen. These include automatic scholarship possibilities for students who have taken the ACT or SAT and those who have not taken the ACT or SAT. So keep that in mind. Now we do offer those competitive scholarships that do require the separate scholarship application as well. Those deadlines will start popping up here December 1st. So you may want to just check online to see if you're eligible for any of those. So if this sounds good to you, your next step is to apply to Missouri State. There is no application fee, and you can apply through our online application or the common application. If your cumulative high school GPA is a 3.25 or higher, you do not necessarily need a test score for admission. So you could apply through our test optional track. And then you can, or it is important to know that a test score can be beneficial for the scholarship factor though. So once your application is complete, you will receive an admission decision within the 10-15 business days. And as I'm wrapping up, I just want to go ahead and share my contact information. I will put this in the chat so that way you guys can contact me. But thank you so much. Thank you for your time, and go Bears.
Awesome, thank you. All right, at this point in the session, we are going to invite all of the presenters back onto screen. And we're going to ask a couple questions just to kind of hear from them a little bit more and see what they have to say. So we're going to start with Iowa State University. What advice would you give someone going through the college search process?
Honestly, just have so much fun with it. There's a lot of really great schools and a lot of really awesome schools on this call. So I would just encourage everyone to have fun, look at your options, definitely visit campus. That's a really big thing because when you step on campus, you really want it to be the right fit. So if you can get out and visit all these campuses, I would highly encourage you to do so.
Thank you. University of Mississippi, what advice would you give someone?
Definitely reach out to your admissions counselor. We are full of information, and we are there for you to get through the process.
Thank you. University of Kansas, what advice do you have?
I definitely agree with Iowa State. Visiting those campuses is really important because you want to make sure that not only do they have the academic interest that you're looking for, but also just the vibes that you're looking for in a school, and that you're going to have that support all 4 years, both in the classroom and just as a person as well.
Awesome, thanks. University of Minnesota, what advice would you give?
Yeah, and a similar note to visiting campus, talking to students, talking to as many people as you can on the campus will help you determine whether it's a culture, like a climate that you want to be a part of. And ultimately you're choosing a place to live, a new place to call home, apart from your academics. So it's really important that you're going to feel comfortable and excited about your new home.
Absolutely, thank you. Missouri State, what advice would you give?
I love all this advice. I would say something, honestly, you don't have to know exactly what you want to do when you as a career. So you'll learn as you go. Once you take that first step into your college career, you'll be able to kind of navigate which classes you like and which you don't like. And I know some universities were sharing that a lot of their students will start as undecided, and that is totally okay. So do not feel shame for being undecided. It is absolutely okay.
Thank you so much. All right, let's jump to the next question here. What's one thing you want students to remember about your school? And we'll start with Iowa State again.
So in my presentation, I did say we're really well known for our engineering programs and our ag science programs, but we don't just have ag and science and engineering. We have a lot of different majors with our other colleges. So I think if anything would be that we have a lot of different opportunities for students when it comes to academics and non-academics.
Thank you. University of Mississippi.
We are not as far as you think we are. We are not on the coast of Mississippi. We're only an hour south of Memphis. And Memphis does have an airport for those that are on the Kansas City or Springfield side of Missouri. And so definitely remember that we are just in the north part of Mississippi.
Thank you. University of Kansas.
I would want everyone to remember that this is the only place that you can be a Jayhawk. I like to say that for so many different reasons, because of just kind of what it means to be a Jayhawk, just personally as well as academically. You know, you're going to get a very well-rounded education and experience.
Thank you. University of Minnesota.
On a more, I guess, trivial note, one thing I want you to remember is we invented the Honeycrisp apple. So if you ever see that at the grocery store, thank the University of Minnesota. We have some, I would argue that's our best innovation that's come out of campus. We also invented like the retractable seatbelt and the pacemaker, which are very important things, but Honeycrisp apple, University of Minnesota.
Thank you. Missouri State.
I love a Honeycrisp apple. So that is awesome. I will say two different things. One being that our compact nature is what students love about our campus. So being able to not have to drive or sprint from class to class is a huge perk. Also the value piece. So you being able to have a really valuable education is something that doesn't go unnoticed. So just know that that loan debt is not something that you want to stack up. And so thinking through that in advance is good. It's really good.
Absolutely. Thank you. All right. We have time for one more question. So what is one myth you'd like to debunk on the college admissions process, Iowa State University?
I'm going to piggyback off of Emma because she said this in her last answer, but you do not have to know what you want to major in or what you want to do with the rest of your life when you start applying for programs, colleges, and things like that. So you can absolutely come in undecided. There's a lot of programs that are just discovery programs once you get onto campus. So definitely just give it an opportunity and don't be so stressed to try to figure everything out right away.
Thank you. University of Mississippi, what's one myth you have?
One myth that I have is that the ACT and SAT are not important. Right now, we are test optional, but we don't know what that looks like in the future. So if you're a junior or sophomore or freshman, keep taking those tests. And as seniors at Ole Miss, we do super score and take your test all the way till your first day. So keep taking your tests to get more money or scholarships.
Awesome. University of Kansas?
I would say especially working a lot with Missouri students and being in Kansas, college is affordable. There are lots of ways for you to be able to pay for the school that you really want to go to. So scholarships, outside scholarships, and kind of doing the things that you can to kind of help make it affordable for you is one thing I'd want to debunk.
Awesome. Thanks. University of Minnesota?
Yeah, on a similar note, scholarships are very important and they're very abundant. And one myth, I don't know if it's a myth, but it's something that students forget about, is that scholarships still exist once you enroll as a college student, and you can keep applying for scholarships on your campus, whatever it is, every single year of college. So when you start your freshman year, get the lay of the land. And at the University of Minnesota, the really great place to start is within your specific college. Talk to your academic advisor and make sure that you're applying to every single scholarship you can apply to, because sometimes there is money sitting on campus just waiting for students to apply for it. And that can really make a difference from year to year as you are paying your way through college, and can make it much more affordable for you and your family.
Awesome. Thank you. And Missouri State?
Pretty general, but I just want you guys to know that we are all very approachable humans. So if there's anything you guys need, I think it is, we don't think any question is a silly question. So ask us anything. This is all very overwhelming. We know we've been through it too. So anything that you're facing, I'm sure we probably faced it at one point. So ask us anything, set up a Zoom call, set up a phone call. We're probably a lot of us are traveling this season. So if you email us, we'll be able to kind of schedule a time to chat, but don't give up, advocate for yourself, and chat with someone too to get support, get the support you need. So
Thank you. Great way to wrap things up for us here. So a big thank you, a big shout out to all of our presenters for your time and all the wonderful information you have shared. And thank you to our participants for being with us this evening. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick survey. We appreciate any feedback that you can provide. We encourage you to check back the schedule, sign up for more sessions. I think this goes for a couple more evenings, so that's great. You'll be able to find this session's recording as well as the other sessions recordings at strivescan.com/Missouri. And with that, we are going to end our session. Thank you so much for being with us. Have a great week.